The internet is on fire again. And yes, it's all because Cardi B has finally broken her silence on Offset's non-stop jabs at Stefon Diggs. After Offset publicly clowned Diggs for his Patriots debut, calling him trash and mocking his stats, fans waited to see if Cardi would clap back. Well, she did. And her words? Cold, sharp, and direct. She said, "Don't downplay my man on his sad day. It was just one game." Now this might sound simple, but trust me, it's deeper than that. Cardi isn't just defending her man's performance on the field, she's drawing a line in the sand. She's telling Offset, and the entire world, that she's not here to let anyone drag Stefon Diggs down, especially not on a tough day when he needed support more than criticism. And the way Cardi said it, with that Bronx fire in her voice, it shook fans to their core. To understand why this moment hit so hard, we need to rewind. Offset has been relentless with his trolling since Cardi started openly supporting Diggs. From snide comments on social media to backhanded jokes in interviews, it's clear Offset isn't ready to watch his ex-wife move on without getting the last word. And when Diggs had a slow debut, Offset saw his opportunity to pounce, but Cardi wasn't having it. By speaking out, she flipped the script. This wasn't just about defending her boyfriend's career. It was about loyalty, love, and making it known that she won't let her past dictate her present. Fans could feel the weight of her words, and some even said Cardi's tone carried years of pent-up frustration. Social media lit up instantly. One fan wrote, "Offset can clown Diggs all he wants, but Cardi's loyalty is unmatched." Another said, "This is what Offset misses, a woman who rides for her man no matter what." And then there were those who saw Cardi's words as a warning shot, not just to Offset, but to anyone who tries to play with her peace. Let's take a pause here and really think about what Cardi did. This is the first time she's publicly addressed Offset's trolling of Diggs. For weeks, she kept quiet, maybe hoping the noise would die down, but once Offset started dragging Diggs over one game, she couldn't stay silent anymore. And that silence-breaking moment? It's why this story is so explosive. Behind the scenes, insiders say Cardi had been debating whether to respond for days. She's been focused on her upcoming album, Am I the Drama, and didn't want Offset to hijack her narrative. But when the trolling crossed into what she felt was disrespecting her man on his lowest day, she snapped. That's when she went live and said those fateful words. Fans are now dissecting the clip like it's a courtroom testimony. The tone of her voice, the look on her face, the way she paused before saying, "my man." All of it has sparked endless debates. Was Cardi just defending Diggs' game, or was she sending a message to Offset that his time messing with her is officially up? It's also worth pointing out that Cardi has always been a ride or die when it comes to her partners. Back when she was with Offset, she defended him through scandals, rumors, and drama. So for her to now channel that same energy into protecting Diggs is not just loyalty. It's a clear sign that her heart has moved on. And yet this opens up a bigger question. Is Offset truly trolling for fun, or is this the sign of a man who hasn't healed? Because if Cardi's words are any indication, she's not looking back. She's looking forward, with Diggs by her side. And that, my friends, is what makes this moment so powerful. The real drama began the moment Offset took to social media after Stefon Diggs' Patriots debut. 6 catches, 57 yards, no touchdowns, and a loss. Offset wasted no time twisting those numbers into a punchline. He called Diggs overrated, even mocking Cardi for cheering him on from home. For Offset, this wasn't just about football stats. It was about jabbing at Cardi's new happiness. Fans immediately saw through it. They knew this wasn't some random shade. Offset's words dripped with jealousy. Here was a man who once had Cardi in his corner, now watching her publicly ride for someone else. And instead of letting go, he took his shot, hoping maybe, just maybe, his digs at Diggs would rattle her. But if Offset thought Cardi would fold, he miscalculated. Cardi's clapback was short, sharp, and surgical. By saying, "Don't downplay my man on his sad day. It was just one game." She didn't just defend Diggs. She dismissed Offset's entire attempt at trolling as petty and unnecessary. It was as if she was saying, "You're not even in the game anymore, so why are you speaking?" And that's exactly what fans picked up on. Twitter lit up with people calling Offset pressed, jealous, and obsessed. One user wrote, "Offset acting like he's still on Cardi's team when the season ended a long time ago." Another joked, "Offset's stats as a husband were way worse than Diggs' debut. Sit this one out." The dragging was merciless. Still, some fans wondered, why does Offset care so much? Why does he keep inserting himself into Cardi's story when she's clearly moved on? The answer might lie in one simple truth. Offset never thought he'd lose Cardi for good. For years, no matter how rocky things got, Cardi always circled back. But this time, with Diggs, it feels different, permanent, and Offset can't handle that. Insiders claim Offset has been privately venting to friends about Diggs for months. One source told a blog, Offset feels like Diggs came in and stole his family while the wounds were still fresh. It's not about football, it's about pride. If that's true, Offset's trolling is less about stats and more about trying to regain control of a situation he already lost. But here's the twist. Cardi's fans aren't letting it slide. They're not just defending her, they're going after Offset with receipts, reminding him of his own scandals and failings. Some even dug up old videos where Cardi defended him during his lowest moments, asking why he can't give Diggs the same respect. That fan backlash is why Cardi's response hit so hard. It wasn't just her speaking, it was her amplifying what the public already felt. Cardi's defense of Diggs also paints a new picture of their relationship. This isn't some casual fling. When she calls him my man, it's intentional, public, and solid. She's not hiding. She's not downplaying it. She's letting the world know that Stefon Diggs has a place in her heart, and that she's willing to go to war for him, even if it means clapping back at her ex. And that's why Offset's trolling feels more desperate than funny. Instead of making Diggs look bad, he made himself look bitter. Cardi's words flipped the spotlight right back on Offset, exposing his inability to move on gracefully. Fans are now asking, is Offset really trolling Diggs? Or is he still secretly trying to get Cardi's attention? Which brings us to the next big cliffhanger. If Cardi is so done with Offset, why does he still have direct access to her online world? Why was he even able to respond under her live stream? Why hasn't he been blocked? Stick around, because in the next part, we're diving into this mystery, and the answers might shock you. The internet lost its mind when screenshots surfaced showing Offset commenting directly under Cardi B's Instagram Live. This wasn't some fake account or troll page. This was Offset himself, dropping accusations in real time while thousands of fans watched. The comment that shook the timeline? Stop lying. You cheated on me with a baby inside you. Tell the truth. Instantly, chaos erupted. Viewers flooded the chat, some siding with Cardi, others shocked by Offset's raw accusation. What should have been a simple moment of Cardi connecting with her fans turned into a live battleground, with the world as witnesses. And the biggest question screamed across social media was, why was Offset even allowed to comment? Fans began dissecting everything. Some claimed Cardi was keeping Offset unblocked for co-parenting reasons. Others speculated she left the door open because part of her still wants him to see that she's moved on. But there was also a darker theory. Maybe Offset is intentionally trying to hijack her space, and Cardi hasn't blocked him because she knows it keeps the drama in plain sight. Think about it. If she blocked him, the tension would simmer behind closed doors. But leaving him visible exposes his behavior to the public. And let's be honest, when Offset wrote those words, the public court of opinion slammed harder than any courtroom ever could. The backlash he faced was brutal. Still, Offset's words can't be ignored. Accusing Cardi of infidelity while pregnant is one of the most damaging claims he could have thrown out there. Fans asked, was it a desperate lie? Or did he truly believe it? And more importantly, why air it out online instead of keeping it private? That move alone made many feel like Offset wasn't chasing the truth. He was chasing attention. Cardi, on the other hand, held her ground. She didn't dodge. She didn't crumble. She doubled down on her truth, saying Offset has always tried to bully her, troll her, and make her look bad. Her body language was fiery, her words unshaken. It was the type of clapback that showed fans just how far she's come since the early days of their rocky marriage. But while Cardi dismissed Offset's accusation, fans couldn't help but wonder, if she's fully moved on, why keep engaging with him at all? Why give him the satisfaction of an answer? That lingering connection left viewers split. Some defended her, saying she has to respond because of their shared history and children. Others argued she should cut the cord completely for her peace and for Diggs. The mess only deepened when fan pages started replaying the IG Live clip in slow motion, analyzing every expression, every pause. To many, Cardi looked annoyed but not surprised. as if this wasn't the first time Offset had tried to throw such accusations her way. That familiarity made fans even more suspicious. What else has been said behind the scenes that we don't know about? And then came the real kicker. Fans noticed that even after Offset's explosive comment, Cardi didn't remove it. She didn't delete it from the live replay. That decision spoke volumes. Was she letting his words hang there for the world to judge? Was it a subtle way of saying, "I have nothing to hide, let him expose himself"? Whatever the motive, it gave the drama even more fuel. And so the cliffhanger thickens. Offset has now painted Cardi as a cheater. Cardi has fired back, calling him a bully, and the internet is left wondering, is this about truth or is this about control? In the next batch, we're diving deeper into Offset's obsession and why fans believe his trolling of Stefon Diggs isn't just jealousy, but something much darker. Stay tuned. By this point, the drama wasn't just about Cardi and Offset anymore. Stefon Diggs had been dragged into the firestorm whether he wanted to be or not. Fans noticed how Offset never misses an opportunity to shade Diggs, mock his career, or question his relationship with Cardi. And the more Offset trolls, the more people wonder, is this jealousy or obsession? Let's be clear, Offset has a history of reacting publicly when Cardi is seen with other men. But this time, it hits different. Because Diggs isn't just some fling. He's an established NFL star with his own fan base, his own reputation, and, most importantly, the man Cardi openly says makes her happy. That's not something Offset can easily brush off. The trolling escalated after Diggs' most recent game. Instead of showing sportsmanship or keeping quiet, Offset jumped online and labeled Diggs trash, mocking his stats and celebrating his loss. The timing couldn't be more calculated. Cardi had just been spotted cheering for Diggs on TV, and Offset saw his chance to hit where it hurt the most. Fans immediately connected the dots. They argued that Offset wasn't attacking Diggs' performance because of football. No, this was personal. This was Offset's way of saying, I still own the narrative. I can still humiliate you and drag Cardi down with you. But here's the irony. The more Offset tried to troll, the worse he looked. Comment sections lit up with fans telling Offset to move on, to stop embarrassing himself, to accept that Cardi has chosen someone else. And yet, others warned that Offset's trolling wasn't just petty. It could be dangerous. They claimed his actions looked like a man who couldn't let go, a man desperate to maintain control over a woman who had finally escaped his shadow. Meanwhile, Stefon Diggs has been silent. No posts, no clapbacks, no subliminals. And that silence has fueled even more speculation. Some see it as strength, proof that he's unbothered by Offset's noise. Others think it's calculated, that Diggs knows engaging would only validate Offset's trolling. But then there are those who fear Diggs' silence may mean he's feeling the weight privately, away from the cameras. Cardi, on the other hand, continues to stand by Diggs. In her own words, he makes her feel safe, loved, and supported in ways she never felt before. And yet, every time she tries to move forward, Offset shows up with another dig, another accusation, another reminder of their messy past. Fans can't help but ask, is Offset trying to win Cardi back, or destroy her happiness altogether? What makes things even murkier is the kids. Cardi and Offset share children, and that forever links them, no matter how much Cardi wants to move on. Some fans argue that Offset uses that connection as a weapon, popping up in her comments, inserting himself into her narrative, forcing himself into her spotlight. And the IG Live incident was the perfect example. But here's the chilling twist. Others say Offset's behavior isn't just about love lost, it's about pride. Cardi has publicly humiliated him before, exposed his cheating, and yet somehow he always found a way back into her orbit. Now that she's truly moved on with Diggs, Offset may feel powerless for the first time. And when prideful men feel powerless, that's when they lash out. Which leaves us with a haunting question. Is Offset trolling Diggs because he wants Cardi back, or because he wants to make sure no one else ever fully has her? In the next batch, we're breaking down the fan theories, the online war zones, and the possible future for this explosive love triangle. Stay right where you are. The fan base is split but vocal. On one side, supporters of Cardi B and Stefon Diggs are praising her loyalty and public defense of Diggs. Tweets flooded in saying things like, "Cardi is the queen. She rides for her man no matter what. Offset needs to sit down." Another user wrote, "Diggs could play 0 yards and she'd still support him. That's true love." Meanwhile, Offset supporters tried to defend his trolling, claiming it was just playful banter and nothing personal. But the majority of fans didn't buy it. The tone, timing, and history behind the comments made it clear. This is personal. This is jealousy. And according to most social media detectives, Offset is still very much obsessed with Cardi's life and her happiness with Diggs. Cardi's words, delivered with confidence, reminded fans why she's one of the most formidable voices in celebrity drama. By defending Diggs publicly, she not only shut down Offset's attack, she also reminded the world that her heart belongs where she chooses. Fans saw it as empowerment, proof that Cardi is no longer bound by her past. The IG Live incident and Offset's trolling have also sparked a larger conversation about boundaries in the digital age. How much access should an ex-spouse have? When does public discourse cross a line? And what responsibility does Cardi have to her fans while navigating these personal attacks? These questions dominate comment sections and fan theories. Cardi herself seems undeterred. Sources close to her say she's focusing on her album rollout, family life, and maintaining peace in her relationship with Diggs. The public defense of Diggs is not just a reaction, it's a statement of stability and strength. She's making it clear she will not tolerate bullying from anyone, even her ex-husband. And fans are noticing every little detail, from the way Cardi looks at Diggs in public appearances to subtle gestures on social media. People are piecing together the narrative. Cardi is fully committed, fully in love, and fully aware of Offset's jealousy. The fandom is collectively cheering her on while scrutinizing Offset's every move. The drama also shows no signs of slowing. With new album releases, football seasons, and live streams, the public attention cycle is constant. Every time Diggs steps on the field, Offset tweets or comments, and Cardi reacts, the story continues to unfold. Fans are captivated because it's real-time celebrity drama, raw, unfiltered, and incredibly personal. Some experts even weigh in, calling this a case study in modern celebrity relationships. Past marriages, new partners, public scrutiny, and social media trolling all collide to create a high-stakes drama. Cardi B's response to Offset's jealousy isn't just about defending Diggs. It's about setting boundaries and controlling her own narrative. And so, as we watch this saga continue, one thing is clear. Cardi B has made her stance known. She will not allow her happiness to be undermined. Diggs has her full support, and Offset's trolling, while loud, is no longer steering the narrative. Fans are left watching, analyzing, and waiting for the next chapter, because in this triangle, anything can happen. To wrap it up, Cardi's public defense, Offset's jealousy, and Diggs' silence create one of the most compelling celebrity love triangles we've seen in years. Fans are divided, theories abound, and social media continues to erupt with every update. What will happen next? Will Offset finally move on, or will Cardi and Diggs continue to show that love and loyalty can overcome even the most persistent trolling? Only time will tell.